Hi, in this video you will learn how to manage your passwords using LastPass. You will need Google Chrome or Firefox as your browser, and you'll also need an extension called LastPass. I'm going to use Google Chrome to show you how to set up your LastPass account, save passwords to LastPass, and then update a website's password, and then save the new one you create back into LastPass. Now, because LastPass is going to do the remembering for you, you no longer need to have Google Chrome automatically saving your password. So let's disable that by going into the settings. And let's scroll down and look for Show Advanced Settings. Scroll down a bit more. And look for a section that says Passwords and Forms. You'll want to uncheck Offer to save your web passwords. And while you're here, you can also uncheck the autofill for web forms. Now let's go into the Chrome Web Store by going to chrome.google.com/webstore. The other path to get here is by clicking the Apps shortcut menu and then clicking Store. Let's search for LastPass, all one word. And I'm going to click the blue button that says Free. And let's click Add. Give it a few seconds to install. Great. So it says LastPass has been added to Chrome. So you can close this pop-up. And let's create an account. So you need to enter an email address. This is the email address you'll be using to log into LastPass. And you also need to create a master password. And under password reminder, you simply need to enter a phrase that'll prompt you to remember the master password. The time zone looks alright. And I'm going to check off the box that says that I have read and accepted the terms of service and privacy statement. And I also need to check off a box that says, I understand that my encrypted data will be sent to LastPass. The other two options are optional, but all you need to do now is simply click Create Account. Now you get a scary little page that says, don't forget your password. The key thing to remember here is LastPass does not store the password, the master password you created. That's something that's your responsibility to remember. So I'm just going to re-enter the master password I created. And I'm going to click Create an Account. So I have an option here to create a form fill profile, but I'm simply going to say no. You can always come back to this and configure that later. So great, you're all done. Simply hit Continue. And this opens your LastPass Vault. So this is the place where all of your passwords are going to reside. This is going to be your repository. Right now, it's empty. But before we navigate away from here, let's just take a quick look at the settings. So let's go into, just right-click the extension on the top right and go into Options. And the default settings are pretty good. All I would recommend is you uncheck the box that says Automatically Fill Login Information. So just do that, scroll down and hit Save. And now to demonstrate how to add passwords into LastPass, I'm going to log into Twitter and Salesforce. Great, so I've got two login pages. So let me key in my Twitter username and password. And when I click Sign In, LastPass will normally show me a blue bar that prompts me to save the username and password. So I'm simply going to click Save Site. And this page is important. On this page, you simply need to sort of refine what LastPass captures. So the URL over here is the URL that LastPass is going to look for. And once it identifies this URL, it'll give you this username and password. under the name field, you can change the title of your password. So I can call it Twitter Grant Book, just in case I want to add Twitter and my personal Twitter here. So that's something that I can modify in this name title. And under the folder, I can group passwords. So I'm going to create a folder called social media by simply typing it. Great. So my password is saved, and I'm going to simply hit save. So let's log out of Twitter. And the next time you go to Twitter, you'll see a little asterisk next to the place where you normally enter your username and password. So simply click that, and you've got your password saved. So simply click the username and sign in. So that was pretty simple. Occasionally, LastPass does not show you that blue bar. And a case in point is my CRM. So let me log into that very quickly. And notice it doesn't give me that blue bar where I need to sort of automatically save the site. So in these cases, what you need to do is manually add your username and password. So what I'm going to do is click the LastPass extension, click Tools, and then click Add Site. So you get that familiar page again, but this time what you need to do is sort of re-enter the username and password. So I'm going to first clean up the URL. So anything.salesforce.com, is what should give me my username and password. Let me change this to salesforce.com and my name. I'm going to create a folder called Core Applications. Oops. And the password that I just entered and my username. Great. So I've got all of this saved. I'm simply going to hit save. So let's say I log out now. I see that asterisk. I simply click the asterisk, click my login information, and log into Salesforce. Now, from time to time, you need to update your password, and it's a good idea to not have the same password from one website to the next. So what you'll want to do is have unique passwords, and you want to have strong passwords, and LastPass helps you sort of create those. So let's reset the password on my Salesforce. So you normally have to go into the settings of the web app that you're using. And in my case, I need to go into my personal information and then change my password. Now, to get my old password, all I need to do is click the LastPass extension where it says Show Matching Sites. I'm going to click Show Matching Sites, hover over the entry that's over here, and click the lock that says Copy Password. So let's enter my old password. And now to create a new password, what I'm going to do is go back into the extension, and from the extension here, I'm going to click Generate Secure Password. Now I can set an arbitrary length, so I'm going to maybe select 13 characters long, and I'm going to go into the advanced options, and I'm going to increase the digit count, just to make it complicated. So I'll say 3 digits, and I'm also going to say use special characters, just to make things interesting. Great. So let's hide the advanced options and click this dial to generate the passwords. So let's look for a scary one. That looks pretty scary. So let's copy this password. Or you can also simply hit accept. When you click accept, LastPass sometimes, if it identifies it on the page, will automatically fill it in to the spaces that are available. But it also creates a placeholder entry of this password. So I'm going to click accept. It entered in the password information here, and I'm simply going to hit save. But notice on the top here that it's also created a placeholder entry, right? So what we'll want to do is remove the conflicting information. So I'm going to go into the original entry, click edit, and then replace the password with the one that I just created. And that's it, and hit save. And now we can even delete the temporary or the placeholder entry. That's it. So let's log out and log back in just to make sure everything's okay. And there I am. So if you go back into our LastPass vault, you'll notice that we've got two folders, the core applications and social media. You can right-click on any of these entries and, copy the username, password, and things like that. And you can click the pencil to edit the information at any time. So I hope you found that video helpful, and that is how you use LastPass to manage your passwords.